the St. Louis Cardinals will have Fernando VINA at second base leading off. J.D. Drew right field bats second. Jim Edmonds center field hits third. Albert Pujols at third base batting fourth. Scott Rowland now in the lineup today. Tino Martinez first base hits fifth. Edgar Renteria shortstop batting sixth. Kerry Robinson in left field hits seventh. Mike Matheny the catcher bats eighth, and Matt Morris pitching hitting ninth. That lineup is facing 24-year-old Vicente Padilla.
And Padilla in 25 starts, very good record of 12-7, 3.22 ERA. That's good for eighth in the league. Getting up there in innings pitched. He's only an inning out of the top 10 in the league in the tops. 156 hits. He's only walked 41. 2.2 walks per nine is 10th best in the league, and opponents hitting 250 off of him. Coming off a real good start his last time out, where he threw 7 shutout innings of only 4 hits.
And his home ERA is the very best in baseball. In the National League, his home ERA is 1.91.
And Matt Morris, the opposing pitcher, has one of the best road ERAs, so it should be an interesting game.
Fernando VINA leads it off, hitting at .268. Speared by Polanco. Line drive. That ball was by him. Somehow Polanco was able to make a glove hand stab, and there's one down here in the first inning.
Boy, tremendous play. He's in shallow. It's just a quick reaction, and that's all it is.
Second in fielding percentage behind only Vinny Castilla of Atlanta. One strike to J.D. Drew, who's hitting at .258. One ball and one strike. Birthday wishes today to Claire Roman from sister Connie and from us. One out, no base runners. Great pitching matchup here this afternoon. Bouncing ball second base. Marlon Anderson throws out J.D. Drew. That's 2 down here in the first, and it will bring on Jim Edmonds. Phils have had a good homestand, and the starting pitching has been exceptional.
You look at that ERA, and that's a big reason for it. They're not hitting that much, only 2.22, but you know, you get the pitching and you're going to win games, and they have won games.
Slow Jinx reminding us that the average game time in this homestand has been 2.5 hours.
Randy Wolf pitched a gem.
Bouncing ball to first base. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Vicente Padilla. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. After one half, the Cardinals nothing. The Phils are coming to bat. In the top of the first, Larry Bowa's starting lineup for the Phils. They've had in the bottom half. Ricky Leday center field leads off. Jimmy Rollins shortstop at second. Bobby Abreu right field hits third. Pat Burrell left field batting fourth. Mike Lieberthal catching hitting fifth. Travis Lee at first base will bat sixth. Placido Polanco third base hits seventh. Marlon Anderson second base batting eighth. Vicente Padilla pitching hitting ninth. Opposing the St. Louis Cardinals ace, 28-year-old Matt Morris.
And Morris 14-7 record, fifth most wins in the National League, ERA of 3.35. He's got a lot of innings, 6th most in the league, a lot of strikeouts, is 7th most. Doesn't walk a lot of people. Opponents hitting 247 off of him.
Ricky Leday,
sixth best ERA on the road in the league. His last outing threw very well against the Pirates. Only 1 run in 8 innings.
Seton Hall University product. Ricky Leday batting at .232. Takes one over for a strike.
All those great numbers that Morris has, he does not have good numbers in day games.
Line drive. Pena won't get that one. Ricky Leday leads it off with a base hit. And we'll bring on Jimmy Rollins.
Love to see the Phillies get something early and get these fans into it. Fastball by Morris looked like a two-seamer inside, came back over the middle of the plate. He lines it up the middle.
J-Roll hitting at .252, 9 home runs. He leads the league in triples with 8, 44 RBIs.
And when you face a pitcher like Morris, you have to do the little things. That is not one of them.
John Grakowski of Temple, Pennsylvania, celebrating an 85th birthday, which is from Laverne and us to John Grakowski. And our good buddy Bob Masley is celebrating his 76th birthday in Reading, which is from son Rob, from Tex, and from us to Maz in Reading. They at first base. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two and one. The umpires today, John Hirschbeck, the crew chief, calls the balls and strikes. C.B. Buckner at first, Mark Carlson at second, Wally Bell at third. Three balls and a strike to Jimmy Rollins. So J-Roll will look this one over carefully.
Morris, one double play every 7.5 chances.
Him up. Shallow left field. Edgar Renteria, the shortstop, will make the play and foul ground.
Renteria had just gone over and gotten sunglasses too from their bench. They'll need him today.
One down. It'll bring on Bobby Abreu. Sending our best wishes for a speedy recovery to Nettie Radilla in Marion Heights, Pennsylvania. They at first, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Line drive speared by VINA. He caught the ball on the exchange trying to throw to first base. He dropped it, but it will be a line drive out. For out number 2.
Bobby hits this ball pretty good. VINA, good reaction, dives there, catches it, and goes to take the ball out of his glove and drops it. Had Tim Welke been the umpire, he probably would have called it no catch.
Here's Pat Burrell. Burrell hitting at .281. Towering foul out of play down the right field side. Great catch by a fan in the front row of the upper deck.
Very nice. A barehanded grab right there over the rail.
Right. Souvenir for his son. 1 ball and 1 strike to Burrell.
Burrell 5th in the league in home runs with 15 of them.
Line drive, and VINA will not get this one. Base hit. Leday wisely stopping at second because Edmonds got on that ball in a hurry. And the Phillies have 2 men on base with 2 outs for Mike Lieberthal. Our Pico Energy Power Rankings, A-Rod and Sammy are tearing them up. A-Rod coming off a 3-home-run game in the American League. He has 42, does Alex Rodriguez. Jim Thome with 37. Sammy Sosa leads the majors with 43. And Sean Green of the Dodgers has 36. Mike Lieberthal hitting at .293. Fouls it out of play. 1 strike to Lieberthal. The last 10 days, Mike Lieberthal the best average in the National League. He
has definitely been on a tear. Jimmy Rollins also in that group.
Breaking ball miss, 1 ball and 1 strike. Beats a foul, 1-2 the count to Lieberthal. Jason Simon-Tachi, who pitched a great game in yesterday's Cardinal win, holding the Phillies' 5-game winning streak. Ground ball hit to third base. Pujols throws across, and that'll retire the side. For the Phillies in the first, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. Phils lead 2. And at the end of 1, Phils nothing, and the Cardinals nothing. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority. The Phillies may not be reproduced nor retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Phillies. Michael Jack Schmidt really loves being around the ball club. He really enjoys the Hall of Famer, loves to be here and talk to the young players.
And a young player, that Brett Myers, they're talking to him, he can learn an awful lot about pitching from talking to Michael Jack Schmidt. I can guarantee you that.
Albert Pujols leads off. He's hitting at .299. 28 home runs. Knocked in 92 runs. Third in the league in RBIs. Second in the league in runs scored. Scott Rowland taking the afternoon off.
He's had a shoulder problem. His left shoulder's bothering him. He even said before the game he probably shouldn't have played the first couple games here, but I think more than anything he wanted to play and get some of the buzz over with.
1 strike to Pujols. 92nd birthday wishes to Genevieve Slowacki of Spring City, Pennsylvania, from Niece Dolores and from us. Nothing in 2 to Pujols. You see the home ERA leaders, Vicente Padilla at 1.91. Best in the league. 1-2. Send our best wishes to Jack Finn Jr., who will be undergoing surgery this week. Pop fly into shallow left. Pearl comes on. And that's 1 down here in the second. It'll bring up Tino Martinez.
A good pitch by Padilla there, getting in the kitchen of Pujols. Fastball that ran right in on his hands. That's something Padilla can definitely do. That fastball runs right in on him. That ball's right about the label.
I don't know what Pujols is complaining about. He just flied out to shallow left and saying something to John Hirschbeck. I have no idea what that would be about.
I wonder if, I don't know, maybe first thing came to my mind was maybe he hit Lieberthal's glove and was asking him about that.
1 strike to Tino Martinez. Nothing game here in the second. Helen Brown of Gilbertsville, Pennsylvania, celebrating an 80th birthday. Loyal Phillies fan. Two balls and a strike. Under the glove of Padilla, Rollins can make the play.
If Jimmy comes up with it, he's definitely got Martinez. He's only about halfway down the line when Jimmy bobbled that ball. They're going to score it a single right by the glove of Padilla. He just didn't get his glove down. It slowed up on the mound, and Jimmy goes over there, and he's got time. Ball just came up on him a little bit. Looked like got him in the heel. When Vicente gets his glove down a little bit farther, he'll catch it. A couple of chances.
Martinez at first with one down for Edgar Renteria. Renteria hitting at 309. Drops the bat as if to bunt, takes a strike. One strike to Renteria. He will ground into double plays. He's grounded into 16 double plays.
John HIRSCHBECK, home plate umpire, he's going to be hot down there today. It is warm on that field, as you know, H.
Yes, it is. Very warm on that field, especially off the artificial turf. Fouls it in and out of the Phillies dugout. 0-2 the count to Renteria.
Some fans here trying to keep cool. The ceremonies before the game. You were down there for quite a while, but it was special.
Oh, it was really. I did not know what they were going to do for the ceremonies, and they did everything just right. I mean, to see so many former players back, and it was just something I'll never forget.
How about Dutch and Willie dressed up as you and Whitey? That was beautiful.
Struck him out. First strikeout for Padilla. That's 2 down here in the second inning. The Padilla Flotilla is here. Padilla Flotilla also gave me a gift today, a sombrero.
Did they?
Yes.
Is that right?
I have a sombrero right here.
Fastball up and in right by Renteria. There's the sombreros.
Got mine on. Got mine on.
That is sharp. Oh.
1-0 to Kerry Robinson. Robinson playing in left field today. Hits the ball pretty well to right field, but Bobby Abreu has this one lined up. Puts it away, and that'll retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second. It's a 0-0 game. Leads off for the Phillies here in the second of a 0-0 game. Lee hitting at 248. Line drive hit to left field. Robinson, the ball gets through. Kerry Robinson. Travis will end up at second base.
Travis Lee goes after the first pitch coming into the game. When hitters swung at the first pitch against Matt Morris, they were 40 for 93. A 430 average, and Travis goes after the first pitch here. Kerry Robinson just picked his head up. There's no worry, no threat about Travis Lee trying to take second here. He just didn't have his head down. The ball dribbles under his glove and back to the wall.
So he'll get an error on it. It'll be a single and an error on Robinson. And he'll bring on Placido Polanco. Polanco will try to move the runner up here.
As I said earlier, it's the little things you have to do. You have to move guys up in situations, especially against somebody like Matt Morris, who is extremely tough.
Trying to move him up with a bunt, missed on the bunt try, fouled it off. George Miller, a longtime Phillies fan from Shillington, Pennsylvania, celebrating an 80th birthday. Travis Lee at second base, nobody out. Lucy Casterline of Mechanicsburg is 94 today. Not going to move him up. Renteria throws out Polanco, and Travis Lee has to stay at second base. With 1 out, it'll bring up Marlon Anderson. Mike Piazza and the Mets will be coming in early September. Friday the 6th, 7:05. Saturday the 7th, 1:15 game. Lunchboxes for all youngsters 14 and under. Compliments of Acme Oreo. Sunday the 8th will be a 1:35 game. Phillies Pud camps for all youngsters. Then Monday the 9th at 7:05. Order your tickets for the Mets series 215-463-1000 or online at Phillies.com. Anderson hitting at 271. Ground ball in the hole. That's going to be a hit. Travis Lee's going to have to stay at second base. Well, the Phillies with 2 men on base and 1 out.
The situation there, had Polanco gotten a runner over, they probably, depending on what they do with the infield, but they probably would have been able to score Travis Lee on that ball. Travis can't do anything with that ball in front of him. He's got to make sure it gets through.
You know, the Phillies offensively lead the league in extra base hits, but also lead the league in men left on base. Here's Padilla. They're looking for a bunt from Vicente, and he wheels the bunt and takes a strike. 0-1 to Padilla.
When Tino Martinez is halfway to home plate, when Morris delivers that ball, Pujols in shallow at third. There you see him, like Little League distance.
He takes it low, 1-1. Dorothy Kula of Doylestown celebrating a 91st birthday, which is from her friend Kate and from us to Dorothy Kula of Doylestown. Padilla has 7 sacrifices, but he fouls this one off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now John Vukovic wants to talk it over with him. Vuk fluent in Spanish.
Yeah. I have a feeling he gets his point across.
One ball and 2 strikes. Padilla is still around the bunt. Looks at a called third. First strikeout for Morris. That is out number 2 here in the second. It'll bring on Ricky Leday.
And he was going with breaking balls before, and then a fastball. Actually not a bad pitch to bunt.
Bud Hinkle of Philadelphia, 88 years of age today. Wishes from children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. And from us to Harry Bud Hinkle of Philadelphia. Ricky Leday singled his first time up. One strike to Ricky Leday. 1-1 to him. Proud new papa of his 3rd child. He and wife Teresa, their first daughter. Teresa born a couple of days ago. Deep shortstop Renteria. Throws out Leday, and the Phillies strand 2 more. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left. We go to the 3rd inning. It is a 0-0 game. Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. If you're the first to correctly answer, you win 2 tickets to a Phillies game. Please submit your answer in the subject area. You must leave your name and address to receive your prize. Today's top Stump the Fans trivia quiz. Who was the first National Leaguer to hit 40 home runs in a season? The answer and winner will be revealed in the 7th inning. Joining me here in the booth, my sons, Todd, Brad, and Kane. They help us call. Brad's over there next to L.A., and Kane is standing up. Kane actually is going to do the play-by-play. Brad is going to do the color. And Todd, who's with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, will also be making sure that our viewing audience knows what's going on. Kane, you got it.
All right, thanks, Dad. Here we are at the top of the 3rd inning.
Are you talking?
Yes.
Okay.
Here we are at the top of the 3rd inning. It's a nothing ball game.
We evidently are having some audio trouble. Todd, you pick it up.
All right, we have Mike Matheny here leading off the 3rd inning for the Cardinals. We have a 0-0 game. Phil's threatened in the bottom half of the second, failed to score as Matheny will lead off and takes a pitch outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. National League Baseball is a little foreign to me. I mean, where's the DH here? I got a pitcher on deck. I have no idea.
Fortunately, in the National League, Todd, we do not have that stupid designated hitter rule.
You know what?
Exactly right.
I am with you. I've been trying to get used to that for 5 years, and I hate it. But it's nice to be back up here in the booth for a little while. Matheny sends one into center field, following quickly, and that'll be a leadoff single. As the Cardinals have their leadoff runner on here in the third inning, I think Kane is ready to go. I got a chance to do this a lot. Dad, you've done it for 40 years. So, Kane, take it away.
Okay, Mike Matheny is on first now with a single to center field.
Who's the hitter, Kane?
Now the batter is Matt Morris. He's the pitcher in today's game.
Do you expect him to bunt here, Kane?
He probably will try to lay down a bunt. He might play the infield in here, considering his batting average is only 153.
Let's hope he's as good as Padilla in his sacrifice.
There's a set by Vicente Padilla in the pitch. Ooh, came in on him. It's a passed ball, and Matheny will go to second.
Why, Kane, you score early, don't you?
It's a quick scoring decision.
Well, he's also not only play-by-play, he's also the official scorer for this game.
But I think he's right on it. What do you think, Brad?
I agree. It's a pass ball.
Pass ball looked like a curveball, came in on him.
The official scoring decision, however, disagrees with you. It is a wild pitch officially scored.
It was pretty close, so now we got a man on second. There's a bunt. It's foul. We got a 1-1 count now to Morris.
This is fun.
Can we do this more often?
Phillies, incidentally, Kane lead the league in wild pitches. That was number 55.
Ouch. Padilla sets. Delivers the 1-1 pitch. There's a bunt. Straight back to Padilla. He'll get Morris at first, but Matheny will go to third, and he has a 1-out base runner in scoring position.
I thought Padilla may have had a shot at third base if he turned and wheeled right away.
Looked like he was thinking about it, and then last minute decided to get the sure out.
All right, Brad, you're the analyst. You got a replay.
Look, he would have had him. A good throw would have nailed him at third.
He was only about halfway down.
But he took the safe route.
And somebody has to give him help there, too. If they feel like they can get him, the third baseman Polanco has to yell at him.
Yeah.
Now the batter is Fernando Vina. He's batting .268 season. Man on third.
What was that pitch that was ruled a wild pitch? That ball was just really moving. That thing had
two-seam fastball.
He's got a lot of movement.
You'll see that a lot from Padilla.
Thanks, L.A.
Why are you asking me? Ask Kay.
There's a set in the pitch. Ooh, hit him right in the back. Now Vina is mad. He trots down the first base line as Padilla just wailed him in the back there.
Well, Padilla just set himself up for a double play.
Were you get warnings here?
Runners on first and third. 1 out after a hit-by pitch surrendered by Padilla.
Yeah, the game, we're going to get warnings here. Ooh. John HIRSCHBECK is going to the Phillies dugout, so a warning has been given. In the estimation of HIRSCHBECK, the plate umpire, the next pitch is thrown up and in with intent. That means the pitcher and his manager will automatically be ejected.
Well, Vina can get hit with the best of them, too. He doesn't ever make an effort to get out of the way, but it looks like HIRSCHBECK is going to give warnings.
That is another area in which the Phillies lead the league, and that would be hit batsman. That would be hit batsman number 57 for Padilla. He's among the league leaders with 11 of them.
I don't think either manager's happy with that.
It takes the game away from the teams. I mean, L.A., you know better than that. I mean, the guys will figure it out, and they'll make the responses if they have to.
That's what I think. Let the players handle. Let the guys on the field handle it. The guys in the uniforms, not in the gray.
Now the batter is J.B. Drew. He's over 1 today. He grounded out his first at bat.
Is he a popular player here, King?
No, he is not popular at all here in Philadelphia.
On such a joyous occasion of your tribute day, Dad, I'd hate to see a bench clearing brawl. Hopefully everybody will be okay with things here, and we won't see another pitch up and in.
You know, I have a feeling if Vina just would have taken the pitch, trotted down to first base, that would not have happened.
You're exactly right.
Takes a couple of steps toward the mound.
Looked like a curveball. It just didn't break at all. I don't see a lot of that from Padilla, but there's the pitch for him. Tie. 1 ball and no strikes. Drew's batting .258 on the season.
Phils are at double play depth in this inning.
As Matheny's on third and VINA is on first after a hit by pitch. There's another ball, 2-0.
It's actually Vina's son, but I know his friends call him Vina.
The great Whitey makes his way onto the broadcast.
There's a set, the 2-0 pitch. Slow, curveball, 3-0.
Well, Kane probably hasn't had Spanish yet, so the tilde over the end will factor in later on in your educational career.
3-0 count to Drew. 1 more ball and he will walk them loaded with Jim Edmonds coming to the plate. There's a set by Padilla, the 3-0 pitch. It's a little low and he walks him. He walked them loaded after a hit by pitch and then 4 straight balls. So now we have 3 on and 1 out, and the batter is Edmonds.
And I'm not sure, and again, we talked about letting the players take care of it, but I'm not sure how you can think he wanted to hit the guy with a lefty. He got 2, 3, and 4 coming up.
Doesn't make a lot of sense. That's where, you know, so the umpiring crews, to me, they have to take into account the situations, and they rarely do.
Padilla sets and delivers. First pitch to Edmonds. It's right over for a strike. No balls and a strike to Edmonds.
Edmonds is batting .296 with the bases loaded career. 4 home runs, 75 RBIs.
Looks like Edmonds was going in there and looking for another ball as Padilla cannot find the plate in the last couple of batters. There's a pitch. It's high. 1-1.
Looks like he's got his fastball today. 95 clocked.
Yeah.
He's got both 4-seam and 2-seam, and his 4-seamer can get up there in the mid-90s.
Can't believe how much that 2-seamer rides in on the righties and away from the lefty.
That ball's low and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Edmonds.
This is unlike Padilla. Padilla averages just 2.2 walks per 9. He's among the league leaders in the National League, and unlike him to have this kind of control problem. Edmonds will look for a fastball here. Kane with a count 2-1. He doesn't want to go 3-1 on him.
Padilla sets, and we'll see what will happen. There's the pitch.
Got a good cut.
Over the center, but fouled back. 2-2.
It was a good rip. Brad, what do you think about this one?
It was right down Broadway, wasn't it? Ooh. Boy, he missed it.
You don't get many of those. Yeah. No. You don't get many of those a game. He's still talking about it.
Have a little conversation with his bat.
Edmonds talks to himself a lot when he's at the plate.
The crowd here at the vet cheering for Padilla.
They want a K right here.
Padilla sets. There's a stretch in the 2-2 delivery. Struck him right on out of there. 2 outs as he strikes out Jim Edmonds.
And there goes to Padilla Flotilla.
That was a nasty curveball which found its way about 2 feet from where he originally planted it and moved.
Looked like
all the way.
a tailing fastball.
Yeah, I think that was a fastball, son.
Was it?
Yeah.
2-seamer?
Just power on power.
All right, he's not out of the woods yet because who's up, Kane?
Now batting is Albert PUJOLS.
Oh.
That's a slam to left field. Pat Burrell makes the diving catch in left field to end the inning. 3 outs, 1 hit, 2 walks. Phils get nothing.
What a great catch by Pat Burrell. You guys did so well. We're going to ask you to stay for another half inning. No runs, 1 hit. Bases left loaded. We go to the bottom of the third. It's a 0-0 game. My sons Todd, Brad, and Kane have joined me here in the booth along with L.A., and Kane is doing the play-by-play. Here's
that last line drive. Burrell got a late start on that, and he recovered great and made a great sliding catch. There it is.
Much to the chagrin of Albert PUJOLS.
Now the batter is Jimmy Rollins.
There is PUJOLS.
I'll have a couple of tortillas after the game and forget about it.
Curveball low. 1-1 now to Rollins. He's 0 for 1 today. Fouled out his first at bat. There's a stretch in the pitch. It's a high ball to deep center field, but the center fielder Edmonds will go back and make the catch. 1 out. Birthday wishes today to Angie Sotelo, I believe, who is 88 today from Springfield, PA. Cicatello.
And that might
I'm having a hard time with these names here.
That fanatic must be boiling today.
Gotta be smoking.
Right.
There's a set in the pitch. It's in there for a strike.
I mean, it was hot on the field.
Batter is Bobby Abreu, by the way. Sorry for not mentioning that. He's 0 for 1 today. Lined out his first at bat.
Do you guys enjoy the ceremonies?
Yeah,
absolutely.
1 out. The 0-1 count to Abreu. There's the pitch. It fouls away. Now Abreu's way behind in the count with an 0-2.
Dad, how'd you like that Glenn Wilson impersonation and
Willie
Dalton?
And Darren Dalton dressed as Whitey and me. That was wonderful. Yeah, sure was.
Abreu's batting .295 on the season. There's a set in the pitch. It's high.
I saw Willie in the tunnel when I was walking down to the field for the ceremonies, and I didn't recognize him at first, and he called me over, and he was standing in the umpire's room, and Dalton was sitting in the umpire's room. I looked in. I did not know it was Darren Dalton.
Abreu takes a pitch way outside. Now we have a 2-2 count.
The dude, Lenny Dykstra.
He got a great ovation today.
Yeah.
Sure did. Mr. T, Al Holland, also here today.
There's a set in the pitch by Morris. It's a ground ball. Second base side. Throw to first. 2 away. It's a routine ground ball to VINA. And he makes the play and throws him out at first. 2 outs. Batter's Pat Burrell. He's 1 for 1 today. Singled in the first. There's a set in the pitch. It's in there for a strike. Burrell doesn't think so. It looked a little high.
I don't think so either.
Maybe outside, but he'll take it. Morris sets and delivers the 0-1. It's in there again.
You know what I thought was
0-2.
neat today, excuse me, Kane, was, and he knew it was going to be a tough situation for him to come out of the dugout, but when Scotty Rowland came out to open up the door.
There's a set in the pitch, and it's a blooper, but the shortstop fields it, gets him at first in time. That will retire the side. No runs, hits, errors, and nobody left on base as we take you out the bottom of the third inning.
Thank you, Todd and Brad and Kane. Appreciate your being our guest analyst. Good job. You kept the score 0-0 at the end of 3 innings of play. Chris Wheeler joins us in the 4th. 4th inning, it's a 0-0 game. Tino Martinez leads off for St. Louis. He singled his first time up. 1 strike. As advertised, a great pitching matchup, Wheels, with Padilla and Matt Morris.
Yeah, it's a good defensive plays in this one too, Harry. And you know, even if you're a great pitcher, you need somebody to help you. And Padilla, that play Burrell made was unbelievable.
This is a ground ball to Marlon Anderson. Marlon charges. Throws out Tino Martinez, 1 down.
Do you guys think they gave warnings on that hit batter?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, because
yes.
HIRSCHBECK didn't do a whole lot of pointing. I mean, he walked over to the dugouts. We're thinking he didn't really give warnings on that. To a guy who gets hit more than anybody in the league.
Except Biggio.
Right, now they're tied.
Well, Well, I think, yeah, he walked over to both dugouts, so we assumed the warnings were given. Sidearm breaking ball, 1 strike. And they wouldn't had VINA just gone down to first base, but of course he takes a couple of steps out toward the mound.
After he dives into everything. And then turns his back and lets balls hit him.
1-1 the count to Renteria. Mary and Larry Higgins of Orr Field celebrating a 40th wedding anniversary on this August 18th. Fouls this one out of play.
Yeah, now they're talking about it right there. Matt Morris and John HIRSCHBECK. And if, in fact, they gave warnings, I agree with Harry. That's what we thought over there that they did. You know, he has to understand that it's now the umpire's judgment if he throws inside and hits somebody, which is a joke.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Renteria.
The only thing you can think is that HIRSCHBECK is a very, very veteran umpire behind home plate and would understand that you are allowed to pitch inside and once in a while hit somebody in this league.
And John HIRSCHBECK has been one of the good umpires in the league over the years. He's a very fine balls and strikes umpire. We'll pause for station identification on the Phil's television network.
You're watching UPN 57 WPSG TV in Philadelphia.
1-2 the count to Edgar Renteria with 1 out and no base runners. Got him with a breaking ball, struck him out. Strikeout number 3 for Padilla. That's 2 down. Well, at the end of the month, Vladimir Guerrero in Montreal moves in here at Veterans Stadium August 27th, 28th, and 29th. All of them at 7:05. Order your tickets for the Phils of Montreal, 215-463-1000, or online at Phillies.com. Kerry Robinson flied out to right his first time up. 1 strike. Best of Florence Long. Florence in Reading Hospital. Florence is feeling better real soon. Longtime Phillies fan. Pops one up foul. Long run. Polanco won't catch up to it. It goes into the stands. 1-2 to Kerry Robinson.
And some get well wishes too. They just handed us here to Ed Zelke in Delaware County Hospital. And that's from Bob and Sheila. And I'd also like to send my best along to my good buddy Dennis Dixon at Wills Eye Hospital. And hope you get out real soon and feeling better, Dan.
1-2 to Kerry Robinson with 2 outs. Fouled it straight back. Still 1-2. '78th birthday wishes to Nick Volpashini today on this August the 18th. Got him with a breaking ball, struck him out. That's 4 strikeouts for Padilla. 1-2-3 inning for him. No runs, hits, errors, none left. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Phil's nothing, Cardinals nothing.
My bad.
Nothing brightens your day like a good breakfast. McDonald's.
Keep up with me. Keep up with me now. Gotta keep on going. Gotta keep on going. It's in my heart. It's in my head. Got it in me. Yeah, got it in me. Not a bad place to be a senior. Come on. Keep up with me. Keep up with me now. Keep up with me.
We're a country that loves competition. If somebody starts mixing it up, we're there. You gotta love the idea of car and driver putting the top 4 pickups up against each other. We gotta love the fact that Dodge won. Yep, Dodge Ram is #1 over Chevy, Ford, and Toyota. When you're buying a pickup, you can't go wrong putting your money on the only pickup with 4 full-size doors and a full-size bed. Dodge Ram. Grab Dodge's 770 powertrain limited warranty, plus $2,000 cash allowance or 0% APR. Ford, Chevy, and Toyota don't match this.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. And by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. Sunday, September 8th at 1:35 when the Phillies take on Mike Piazza and Mets. We have a brand new winter wear item, an Elmer Fudd style cap and red corduroy with fleece lined ear flaps and script Phillies P on the front. For all fans 14 and under, that's Sunday, September 8th. 1:35, Phils and the Mets. Order your tickets by calling 215-463-1000, or you can purchase tickets anytime online at Phillies.com. Well, we move to the bottom half of the 4th inning as Mike Lieberthal leads it off. Lieberthal grounded out his first time up. Lieberthal got a well-deserved day off yesterday. Last 7 games, he's been hot, hitting at .519. 1-0.
Cardinals overshift some of the Phillies' right-handed batters, Burrell being one of them, and VINA back behind second base for Mike Lieberthal. As you see there, they give him the right side.
1 ball and 1 strike. In this month of August, Sammy Sosa, of course, has been very hot. Mike Lieberthal right up there. 7 home runs this month. Half of his home runs coming here in the month of August. 2 balls and a strike.
Matt Morris is a guy who pitches a lot of innings, gets stronger as the game goes along, and you'd like to have seen them get something off him early, but wasn't to be.
Ground ball shortstop, Renteria. Throws Lieberthal out. He'll bring up Travis Lee. He singled his first time up. Travis, one of the few Philly hitters who has good numbers lifetime against Matt Morris. He is now 3 for 4 off Morris. Collectively, this team facing Morris today hitting just .204 against him. 1 ball and no strikes to Travis Lee. Fouled over the Cardinal dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Everybody's okay down there. That was a nasty one.
Some off that pitch.
Well, his curveball is really good. I mean, he's a 2-seam, 4-seam fastball pitcher and curveball with an occasional change of basically 2 fastballs and a curveball.
Into the inside corner with a fastball. Travis Lee is called out. Second strikeout for Morris. 2 down here in the 4th.
It's a big-time pitcher the Phillies are facing today, and Matt Morris. Look at the movement on the 2-seamer that he starts at him, runs it over the plate. And anybody who watched the Cardinals in the League Championship Series last year or in the Division Series against Arizona, and how well this guy pitch matched up against Curt Schilling. He didn't win the games, but he matched Schilling pitch for pitch.
Placido Polanco takes one a little bit wide. 1 ball and no. Do you call that a strike? I guess he did. 1 strike to Polanco. One and 1. 0-0 here in the 4th inning. Bouncing ball in the hole. Renteria. He made it close. I was surprised he even made it that close. I thought there was no chance. Polanco is safe on an infield single. Renteria, good play.
Renteria looks like he's back to where he was before, and that's one of the best shortstops in the league. When he was with Florida, he looks like he was going to be a superstar. And he makes a heck of a play there and a strong one-hop throw.
And as the Phillies' 5th hit off Morris, all have been singles, and the batter is Marlon Anderson. He got an infield single his first time up.
They got Pujols way off the line at third base. See more and more teams doing this on left-handed hitters, and they're basically saying, all right, if you hit it down the line, it's going to be a double anyway. We'll take the single away from you in the hole. Tony La Russa, their manager.
Polanco goes, but Marlon Anderson pops it in the air. Renteria, that one brings him to his knees and even to his backside, but he stays with it and makes the catch, and that'll be it for the Phils here in the 4th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We move to the 5th inning here at Veterans Stadium. All goose eggs, Phils nothing, Cardinals nothing. Nothing game. We move to the 6th inning as we anticipated a great pitchers matchup. Vicente Padilla, the all-star for the Phils. Matt Morris, the all-star for St. Louis. Look at him.
Yeah, 2 big, strong right-handers out here today on a brutally hot afternoon, and just pitching great, and you just wonder how long they can continue to do it.
That was not the actual umpire from the umpire crew.
No, that's Matt.
That is Matt.
We won't give his last name to protect him after that show.
J.D. Drew. That one got John HIRSCHBECK.
Well, he really needs that on a day like this. Mike Lieberthal really feels bad that happened. I mean, the catchers really like to protect the umpire back there, and he just didn't catch that ball, and it smoked the home plate umpire HIRSCHBECK on the fly. Oof. Look at this.
There it is down in the end.
Oh, man.
Lieberthal just couldn't get his catcher's mitt on it.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Mark Anderson, Phillies trainer, comes out to make sure HIRSCHBECK is all right.
And Mike goes out to Padilla on the mound just to stall, and he wants to delay getting back there and having to discuss what just happened with HIRSCHBECK. Because they're in it together back there, and especially on a day like this, that's tough.
Wally Bell, the third base umpire, comes in to see if HIRSCHBECK wants him to take over behind the plate or somebody else to take over behind the plate. If HIRSCHBECK is all right to call balls and strikes.
They have that shoe there, you see, and it is protected, but that got him somewhere that really hurt him.
Now John HIRSCHBECK is going to continue. Mike Lieberthal is talking to him now.
J.D. Drew also, you know, give him as much time as possible. What a hot day like this, have that happen, man.
One ball and no strikes to J.D. Drew.
No warnings given when you hit the umpire with a pitch.
2-0. Fouls at left field side.
The thing about Padilla is, and the catchers will tell you, both Lieberthal and Pratt, he can be tough to catch sometimes because his ball moves so much. And they're set up for it one spot, and it goes the other spot, and they can't get to it.
One of the reasons why he is so effective. That's a bounding ball up the middle, a base hit center field. Cardinals' third hit off Padilla.
J.D. Drew coming into the game just hitting in the 250s, really having a disappointing season. He has a sore right knee and doesn't play much against left-handed pitching. But this guy can really play when he's healthy, and whether or not he can steal a base now we'll see. He used to be a really good base stealer, but he has a sore knee.
strides on Jim Edmonds. Edmonds has grounded out and struck out. Drew does go, but it's foul back and out of play.
I think they played hit and run because he looked in. The minute he left first base, he looked in. So they appear to play hit and run with Edmonds right out of the chute.
One strike to Jim Edmonds.
Tony La Russa gives signs to Jose Oquendo. Now relays him to the hitter.
Two strikes to Edmonds.
That's really respect for Padilla, too, for La Russa to hit and run with no out and a left-handed hitter like this up. You have the hole open, base hit can get him over to third base.
Still 0-2 to Jim Edmonds with J.D. Drew at first. Nobody out here in the sixth of a 0-0 game.
71 now for Vicente. 22 balls, 49 strikes. A real good ratio.
Inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That's a good pitch to throw because they're trying to get him out of the way. He's throwing him a lot of sinkers. Brad Henderson. He's one of the Cardinal trainers. He used to work with us in a fantasy camp.
Ground ball first base goes right through Travis Lee. That's going to be a rare error for Lee. And the Cardinals have runners at first and third. Lee may have been thinking double play before he picked the ball up.
That's what he was doing. That ball stayed down, and he didn't. Looked like he was already getting into throwing position to get a speedy runner like Drew at second. Here you see Edmonds hits not a real hard ground ball, and Travis Lee, that ball just stayed down on that dirt the whole time and under his glove for his 4th error. Now you want to minimize the damage in this inning if possible.
First and third, nobody out for Pujols, who was flied out to left and lined out to left on a great catch by Burrow. 1 ball and no strikes to Pujols.
Phillies will play the infield at double play depth and give up a run for 2 outs.
Base hit right field. Drew scores. Stopping at second is Edmonds. And St. Louis has taken a 1-0 lead here in the 6th inning.
I don't want to go to the RBI well too often with that Pujols. Boy, he's some player.
93 runs batted in for Pujols, and his 3rd in the league in RBIs.
Sinker stayed out over the plate a little bit. Wacko right into right field. You'd be hard pressed to talk about a player that's had 2 better years in a row right to start a career than Albert Pujols.
Really?
Unbelievable seasons.
22 years of age, and if he stays healthy, that guy is going to put up some kind of numbers.
Well, you think he had a little bit of a sophomore slump. Not even close.
National League Rookie of the Year last year.
And look what he did at this point a year ago. And still, you know, his batting average not as high, but 28 home runs. Harry just said 93 runs batted in. Just an amazing second season to follow that Rookie of the Year. A guy that they didn't even think would make their club out of spring training last year. Came out of nowhere.
1 ball and no strikes to Tino Martinez. Cardinals have 1 across. They have 2 men on base. Nobody out here in the 6th inning. That ball has eyes into right field. Being held at third will be Edmonds, and the Cardinals have the bases loaded with nobody out.
Yeah, that's what we meant. I mean, you're trying to stay away from a big inning against a guy like Matt Morris, and right now the Cardinals are flirting with one. Phillies will get the bullpen up for the first time.
Renteria has been up twice. Twice he has struck out.
He's starting to stir around a little bit.
Renteria has grounded into 16 double plays. 222 career hitter with the bases loaded. He is among the league leaders. He's 8th in the league in hitting with runners in scoring position. He's hitting .345. Carl Cormier and Mike Timlin are up.
He's also among the league leaders in grounding into double plays, and that's what they want here.
Driven to deep right field, and this ball is out of here. Opposite field, grand slam home run. Edgar Renteria. And St. Louis now leads it 5-0 here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, in the dreaded big inning. And we just showed you the numbers on Renteria. That's his first career grand slam. And he has been smoking hot for the Cardinals. One of the reasons why their offense has picked up. Here it is, trying to throw a sinker for a double play, and he threw a high sinker into the bullpen.
It's a ground ball. Marlon Anderson gets it. He'll have to hurry. He gets the Fleet Robinson. So that is out number 1 here in the 6th, and it'll bring on Mike Matheny. Matheny has singled and grounded out on a fine play by Jimmy Rollins and Travis Lee. So the Cardinals have put 5 on the board here in the 6th inning. Cardinals came into the game with a 4-game lead in the Central over second place Houston. One ball and 1 strike to Matheny. Fly ball center field. Ricky Leday makes the grab for out number 2. And will bring up pitcher Matt Morris. Morris is the 8th Cardinal to come to the plate here in the 6th inning. He is sacrificed and struck out.
Third grand slam off Phillies pitching this year. Davy Cruz, San Diego, and Jose Vidro of Montreal. And that guy, Edgar Renteria, his first career grand slam home run.
Two balls and a strike to Matt Morris. St. Louis has scored 5 here in the 6th inning. They lead 5-0. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Morris. Struck him out. 6 strikeout for Padilla, but the Cardinals score 5 in the inning. 4 on Moby earned. 4 hits, 1 error, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Cardinals 5, Phils nothing.
Now for the Dodge Stump the Fans trivia quiz and answer. Our question today: who was the first National Leaguer hit 40 home runs in a season? The answer: the great Rogers Hornsby hit 42 in 1922 for the St. Louis Cardinals. The first Phils fan with a correct response was Bill Kulick of Ben Salem. Congratulations, Bill. You're the winner of 2 tickets to an upcoming Phillies game, and thanks for playing Dodge Stump the Fans.
There's Hornsby, all-time Cardinals home run leaders, 5th in that category, 193 of them.
In 1964 for the Cardinals in the National League, and you see Hornsby and Mark McGuire, Ray Langford, Mark McGwire having to retire with that sore knee. Polanco will lead it off out of the 7-hole. Marlon Anderson, and then a pinch hitter for Real Cormier. Matt Morris still out there with a 5-0 lead. And Polanco takes it outside. He's grounded out and has an infield single.
21 out of 25 now. Coming into this inning, he was 21 out of 24 first pitch strikes.
They had him in a little trouble early in the game. He got away, and now he's a problem. Pujols, an easy play. A one-hopper, throws out his former teammate, one away. Phillies will be off to Milwaukee after the festival tomorrow night and play the Brewers starting Tuesday night. Brett Myers, off a great game against the Brewers, will oppose Jamie Wright. We'll be on Comcast Sportsnet Tuesday night from Miller Park in Milwaukee at 8 o'clock. Our next UPN game will be next Saturday night at St. Louis against the St. Louis Cardinals from Busch Stadium. And that will be it for the Phillies against anybody other than the Eastern Division until September, when they have, I think, the Pirates and Cincinnati left.
Yeah.
There's Brett Myers, who will pitch on Tuesday. Pirates will be here. Phillies will go to Cincinnati.
Good to see Brett Myers before, early part of the game, sitting on the bench talking to Michael Jack.
Yeah.
And you can learn so much about pitching from a good hitter.
Check swing. Marlon Anderson, I guess, thought that Matheny tipped his bat. HIRSCHBECK says no. 2 outs. There's Mike Schmidt.
I mean, you learn about pitching mechanics and stuff you learn from your pitching coach. I think he just checked swing. I don't think there's anything funky about that. He just checked his swing and chopped the ball back to Morris. But you sit there and you talk to a hitter like Michael Jack, and you get into their head. You talk to hitters about what they look for. What are they thinking in situations, in counts? And that's where you learn how to pitch. You get the mechanics from your pitching coach, your catcher, and that. But you learn how to pitch talking to good hitters.
Doug Glanville, as a pinch hitter for Cormier, will bat and takes a strike from Morris. Padilla struck out twice in the 9-hole earlier today. And Glanville fouls off a breaking ball. 0-2. Mike was really looking forward to hanging out on the bench today. The numbers on Doug Glanville overall. And Mike Timlin, the former Cardinal, up in the pen. Glanville, a 2-out broken bat. Well, thought it was going to be an easy base hit, but VINA made a pretty good play on that. Doug beats it. He's a 2-out base runner. The Phillies' hits today have all been singles.
Boy, great play here by VINA. Bare hands this ball and tries to get Glanville. It's just the speed of Glanville that gets it, but that's a great play by Fernando VINA.
Really?
It's, you're looking at it any other way. You catch it with the glove, you know you're not going to get him. If you drop it bare handed, it doesn't matter. You take your chance, and he did, and made a heck of a play.
Ricky Leday had a leadoff single in the game. Since then, has grounded out twice. 32nd game that he started for the Phils this year. 27th in center field. Surprised at holding Glanville on with a 5-0 lead and a left-handed batter up. Doesn't make much sense. I think they'd rather take the hole away. However, that's what Tony La Russa has decided to do. You get a cheap one through the hole here, and all of a sudden you 3-run home run. You got yourself a ball game.
Yep.
To right field, J.D. Drew, an easy play at the track, puts it away, and that'll do it. No runs to hit, 1 left. We're through 7, 5-0. St. Louis. Nothing Cardinals. Hits are even, but the grand slam home run by EDGAR Renteria, the difference in this one. And Mike Timlin, the Phillies' 3rd pitcher of the game, will come on.
51 games he's been in, 4-4 record, a good ERA. Guy definitely throws strikes. Only 8 walks in his 71 innings. has struck out 39. Been hurt a little bit by the long ball since he's come over here. 4 home runs in his 9 games.
Yeah, he's a sinker ball pitcher, basically. I mean, a splitter once in a while. And as Andy said, the home run ball has hurt him when he gets a sinker up.
I mean, we've talked about it a lot. Anytime you get a sinker ball pitcher, when they elevate that ball, it still has movement, but it's on the same plane. It levels out. They don't get the sink on it.
So Mike Timlin comes on behind Padilla and Cormier as we start the 8th inning. Cardinals have done all the scoring in this game in 1 inning. And we're 5-0 as we go to the 8th. Kerry Robinson will lead it off out of the 7 hole. Mike Matheny and then Matt Morris due to bat. Up among the league leader in innings pitched, and at this point nobody up in the St. Louis bullpen. Robinson today is 0 for 3. His playing time has really been cut off now that Scott Rowland is here playing third. That has moved Pujols out to left field, and he was playing quite a bit of left field for them. But a good extra man. And one of those guys wearing long sleeves on a day like this. I know you used to do it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Players, I don't understand. Pitchers, Steve Klein, who pitched yesterday, he wears the long sleeves. I felt like I didn't have anything on if I didn't have long sleeves on, no matter 30 degrees or 130 degrees. But players, there's Steve Klein. He's got a jacket on. He's not all there anyway.
That hat,
He's
too.
a beauty.
Yeah. Little humpback line right at Polanco. Well, he is your prototypical left-hander. I mean, look at the hat.
I think he had that hat when he was in 3rd grade.
He's from Sunbury.
Looks like he found it in the garbage.
What a character he is.
He's a great guy.
Yep, and an innings eater, and makes appearances for this team. He did a good job with the Expos before coming over here to the Cardinals.
He's goofy.
Sunbury, Lewisburg area. Anyway, Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania is Steve Klein. Here's Mike Matheny. He's 1 for 3. And Matt Morris is on deck. Looks like he went in to change his shirt. He looks too good if having pitched 7 innings.
Really? In this heat? This definitely scorched him down on that field for the ceremonies early. Ooh.
Polanco with a tough hop out of the cutout and throws out Matheny. They've robbed him of 2 hits today. Polanco 1 time, Jimmy Rollins another time, 2 away.
Nice backhand play here by Polanco. Doesn't have the strongest arm in the world, but he's very accurate with it, and he uses that turf. We've seen him do that a few times now since he's been over here at 3rd base, and does it very nicely. Good job.
And Matt Morris will continue to pitch with a 5-run lead even in this heat. 12-7 on the year is Morris. Not a real good record in day games.
No.
But pitching well here this afternoon.
ERA just under 5 in day games, 4.89, and that's in 9 starts. That's not like just a couple games.
Well, what's his ERA from the 7th through the 9th inning? 1 something?
Hitters are hitting 187 off him after the 6th, and he's given up a total after the 6th inning of 3 runs.
Wow.
So and then you look at his number of innings pitched, you know he's going deep in the game, so that's saying something.
He has sacrificed today and struck out twice. And Timlin gets ahead of him 1-2. Mike trying to retire his former teammates in order here in the 8th inning. And a foul ball 3rd base side.
I'd like to take this chance too to thank somebody that really helped me out for the jersey and the framing and the cards that Harry got from the '93 team for putting it together. Jill Bertucci from the frame shop in Lafayette Hill just did a tremendous job with that, so I wanted to thank her.
That looked really nice. 2 balls and 2 strikes. for Mike Timlin faces some of these hitters, especially Matheny and Morris. And a fly ball to center field. Leday makes the play. 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. And nobody left on base. 5-0 Cardinals. Against Barry Zito, a 16-game winner for Oakland. Later on, Cleveland, Anaheim, Boston, Minnesota, and Toronto at Texas. In that Yankees game, Bernie Williams extended his hitting streak to 11 games, and Jason Giambi has hit his 30th of the year. Edgar Martinez, a solo shot for Seattle. Here, Matt Morris pitches into the 8th inning with a 7-hit shutout. All the hits are singles for the Phils. Jimmy Rollins out of the 2-hole will bat. And there's Morris, Andy, only 88 pitches.
Wow, that is something. 7 innings, 88 pitches.
Phillies had a couple shots at him early in this game and didn't get anything. His team got him 5, and now he has his 5-0 lead. Outside to Rollins. Jimmy today has flied out 3 times. And that's what he's been getting away from, is hitting the ball in the air, and he's been a lot more successful. And a breaking ball beaten foul. Morris is only 28, lives now in Jupiter, Florida. He's from upstate New York. 12th overall pick back in June of '95, and had some arm surgery a few years ago. HIRSCHBECK rings him up, 1 out.
J-Roll did not appear to like that, but it looked like it was a pretty good pitch. Fastball, a 2-seamer, comes right back to the corner. Matheny's sitting inside, and he doesn't move his glove.
Bobby Abreu, the bat, he's 0 for 3. He's lined out twice and grounded out. Send our best along to Kathleen Lafferty, who's been an intern down in the marketing department. She's from Doylestown. She's going to head out and work for the United States Olympic Committee out in Colorado Springs, Colorado. So we send our best to Kathleen. They call her Cat around here, and have a great time. She was a terrific worker down there in the marketing department. And we'll probably enjoy Colorado Springs.
I would think.
One ball and 1 strike to Bobby. Morris has 1 complete game this year, and it was a shutout. Balls and 1 strike. Abreu hits this one well to center field. A long run, Edmonds. It's a center field home run, Bobby Abreu. His 13th of the year. And did he crush that baby? The Phillies are on the board. It's 5-1 Cardinals.
Well, Edmonds started to take a couple steps after it and just stopped and watched it. It drops over that center field wall. You could hear it when he hit it. The crack of the bat. You knew he hit it well.
Phillies have scored 2 runs the last 2 games against the Cardinals. Both solo homers. Giambi and now Abreu.
Both of them late. And there it is. A fastball, outer half. Bobby gets those arms extended. Oh, you could hear it. He smoked it. Morris obviously not happy. Loses his shutout.
Probably mean they'll get him out of the game, too. Might have been why he was out there, with a chance to pitch a complete game shutout. And they're starting to stir around a little bit in the St. Louis bullpen. Burrow 1 for 3 today with a single. And that overshift on again with VINA playing almost behind second base. Tap foul third base side. He locked Pat with a breaking ball his last time up. Somebody's going to start to throw for the Cardinals. There's that overshift. And foul third base side. Well, he takes his jacket off, Andy.
Yep. Well, he has to warm up.
And Dave Veers also up. Steve Klein and Dave Veers. Is again. Threw him another breaking ball and froze him with it. 2 outs.
It looked like that one started inside a little bit and just came over the corner, and that's what froze Pat Burrell.
Threw it right at him.
And it is. And right there, he's like, whoop. And then that ball breaks right over the inner half.
No doubt that's a strike. Just shake your head and walk away. Mike Lieberthal 1 for 3 today with an infield single off the glove of Tino Martinez. Strike called, 0-1. Same score as yesterday, and as Andy said, both the runs for the Phillies coming late on homers. And the Cardinals pitching, Simon Tachi and Morris have really controlled the Phillies offense the last 2 games.
Simon Tachi had been struggling a lot prior to yesterday's game, but well, he really mixed his stuff up well. Hit his spots, used his fastball, spotted it in and out.
Very different than Morris, who's a flat-out power pitcher. Simon Tachi, a lot of sinkers, sliders, changeup, kept the ball down. We'll probably see Morris again Friday in St. Louis. Line to center. Edmonds has this one lined up, makes the play. That'll do it. A run on the home run by Bobby Abreu. 1 hit and nobody left on base. It's 5-1 Cardinals. Got it. Arizona leads the Cubs 2-1 in the 6th inning. Damian Miller's 10th of the year, and inside the Parker at Wrigley Field, Arizona's won 8 in a row. And Florida 1-0 over San Francisco. They are in the 1st inning down at Pro Player Stadium. A.J. Burnett against Russ Ortiz. That's your Toyota National League scoreboard. Fernando Vina, hard ground ball, but right at Marlon Anderson. As Terry Adams in the game now retires the first batter he faces, 1 away.
There's Terry Adams, 30 games overall. He's been a starter most of the year. 4-8 record at ERA, just under 5.
And that'll bring up J.D. Drew, 1 for 3 with a walk, a run scored. He's grounded out and struck out. Drew coming into the game at 258. He now is hitting 259. And takes one inside, ball 1.
Those Mets have to be a little concerned over there with that payroll they have and their expectations and what they're doing.
Best team money could buy, and it just didn't work. I mean, you had a feeling they were either going to be real good or not good.
Well, it's funny, but in the off season, you look at teams going into spring training, go, oh, look at this team, look what they did, but it's all on paper.
Yep. It looked good, sounded good. Bringing in a bunch of all-stars. No swing, says Wally Bell. And it just has not worked out for the Mets, and they are in a free fall. And slipped into last place in the division. Drew a base hit to right field in the hole. He hit it hard. And J.D. is on for the 2nd time. He's 2 for 4. With at 258. He now is hitting 259. And takes one inside, ball 1.
Those Mets have to be a little concerned over there with that payroll they have and their expectations and what they're doing.
Best team money could buy, and it just didn't work. I mean, you had a feeling they were either going to be real good or not good.
Well, it's funny, but in the off season, you look at teams going into spring training, go, oh, look at this team, look what they did, but it's all on paper.
Yep. It looked good, sounded good. Bringing in a bunch of all-stars. No swing, says Wally Bell. And it just has not worked out for the Mets, and they are in a free fall. And slipped into last place in the division. Drew a base hit to right field in the hole. He hit it hard. And J.D. is on for the 2nd time. He's 2 for 4 with 2 singles. And that'll bring up Jim Edmonds, 0 for 4. But the pivotal at bat in this game.
Well, the 2 guys the fans have booed the most have done some damage.
I don't think that really bothers major league players all that much. There's Scott Rowland, who is a spectator here today. Has a sore left shoulder and not playing in today's game. Edmonds a swing and a miss. I say the pivotal at bat in the game because he hit the ground ball that went through Travis Lee and really jump started that 5-run inning, and that's the ball game right now. Dave Veers. And Edmonds pulls off and swings and misses again. 5-1 Cardinals. We're in the 9th. Dave Veers and Steve Klein up in the bullpen, so probably a new pitcher for the Cardinals in the 9th inning. We have not seen Jason Isringhausen in this series. He's their closer, and they have not had a closing situation. There he is, former New York Met, Oakland A, and he's done a great job for them. Edmonds fouls it away. Cardinals head home, play the Pirates tomorrow night. They have you up there on the message board in the FUD cap, huh?
Not a real glamorous picture.
Especially on a hot day like this. Ooh, baby. Strike 3 called, and Edmonds has been fighting the umpires and himself all weekend. 4 strikeouts on Friday, 1 yesterday, and 3 more today. 8 punch-outs in this series for Edmonds.
Fastball inside by Terry Adams. Good hard fastball, a little cut to it, and it's right there.
So the irony of this, the only time that Edmonds gets on base today, goes 0 for 5, and it turns out to be huge.
Yep.
They have really pitched him well. Ooh, oh, she's all right. Boy, that ball jumped on that warning track into the box seats. They have hit somebody. The ball's in 1 strike, and Pujols saw it, and he takes a little time to get back in. And everybody's okay down there, it sounds like. And they toss the fan, a little fan, the baseball. There she is. Just a glancing blow, thankfully. This guy flat out attacks a baseball, doesn't he?
He's got that elbow way up in his stance. His elbow's almost see it right there, and he just takes a hack.
He reminds me so much of Felipe. Big shoulders.
That elbow way up like that.
And they fooled him that time. Terry Adams got him and struck him out. So Pujols is gone. And that'll do it. 1 inning today for the St. Louis Cardinals. And that's where we head to the bottom of the 9th. Phil's trail 5-1. And Matt Morris goes a solid 8 for the Cardinals, and they'll go to Dave Veers here in the 9th inning. Veers pitched an inning here on Friday night, served up a home run ball to Mike Lieberthal. There are the numbers on the veteran right-hander. Throws a lot of splitters. Only .218 the opposition hitting off him. .212 left-handers. That's that splitter, and .222 right-handed batters. Well, Morris goes 8 innings, 8 hits, an earned run, no walks, and 6 strikeouts on his way to his 15th win, unless the Phillies can mount a big rally here in the 9th inning. Hits are even, but the grand slam home run by Renteria, the difference in the game. Travis Lee 1 for 3 with a single, a strikeout, and a fly ball will lead off. He'll be followed by Polanco and then Anderson. And then a pinch hitter for Terry Adams. Mike Timlin and, well, actually Cormier, Timlin, and Adams all scoreless innings for the Phils today. Travis fouls that off. .105 pitches a day for Matt Morris. And there's that splitter, and he strikes him out. 1 away.
Well, the offense has looked a little listless the last couple days. You see Travis Lee way out in front of that splitter, but you have to give a little credit to the opposing pitchers. They've done a nice job.
Yeah, pitchers will do that to you.
Yeah.
Simon Tachi and Morris have been great the last 2 games. It's Dave McKay. Here's Polanco, 1 for 3 with an infield hit, and Veers gets it over. Boy, you could see on the slow-mo of that splitter the way that thing was tumbling. Veers been around a long time. Signed originally in '86. Has pitched for Houston, Montreal, Colorado, and now the Cardinals. All his work coming in the major leagues, in the National League. And another workhorse. Brad Henderson, one of the trainers for the Cardinals.
Must be video they're doing.
Yeah. I never pictured Brad as a guy just taking pictures during the game. And Polanco gets a strike called on him. He didn't like it. 1-2. Here's his pitch is fouled away right side. 58,493 here at one time today. One out here in the 9th inning, and nobody on base. Little nubber right back to Veers, to Tino Martinez, 2 outs. The Phillies 1 out away from their second straight 5-1 loss here to the Cardinals after winning a very exciting game here on Friday night behind Randy Wolf.
And to get within 3 of 500, and then that's what's kind of happened every time they get a little close and they kind of hit a wall and lose a few.
Well, this team they're playing here today is really solid, and they're going to have to play them again next weekend. Cardinals were a good team, and now they've added players like Roland. They're even better. Marlon takes a strike. Bobby Abreu, the only run for the Phillies today, with a center field home run off Matt Morris in the 8th inning. And this should be it. VINA blows him out in an easy 1-2-3 inning for Dave Veers. And the St. Louis Cardinals have won 2 out of 3 in this weekend series by identical scores of 5-1. Edgar Renteria, the big blow of the game, his first career grand slam home run. And our Chevrolet player of the game, Andy, Matt Morris.
He was very good today. A good command. It was ahead of the hitters all day long at 1.21 out of 24 first pitch strikes. And when you do that, you've got his kind of stuff. It is very tough to do much against him. Excellent job by Matt Morris, who wins his 15th game.
And the St. Louis Cardinals win 2 out of 3. As Tony La Russa's team continues to lead in the National League Central. 5-1 Cardinal final. Back with more after this.